before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
I see in the next few months a nicer country, a very noisy country, rowdy country, a heavily divided country, a very tough economy, a sense of elitism by those who are coming at the hem of authority. The coming in of the Unity Party is going to multiply the economic woes, the economic conundrum, the economic quagmire, the suffering of the Liberian people is going to multiply. We are not prophets of doom, but the reality will come.
This government is not arresting anybody for speech. We don't arrest people for abusive language. I don't care how abusive the language is, because we decriminalize it. And when you decriminalize something, you don't make exceptions to it for particular people. You don't. It's the law. And there's two successive presidents who intervened in this particular area, just on behalf, mostly on behalf of you who are journalists, on the radio, you're doing your podcast and all of that. And would not arrest anybody for it. So our president, His Excellency Joseph Yuma Blaka, is frequently insulted, very frequently insulted, all on the social media, on this. Some people just get up, $1 in their phone and just cussing. You think we're going to go out there to go look for the people to still arresting them? No. We're in the free speech era. These two laws, the Table Mountain Declaration and the KAK Act, were specifically to protect your right to free speech. Just the other day, the president made a brief stop. This government is not arresting anybody for speech. We don't arrest people for abusive language. I don't care how abusive the language is, because we decriminalize it. And when you decriminalize something, you don't make exceptions to it for particular people. You don't. It's the law. And there's two successive presidents who intervened in this particular area, just on behalf, mostly on behalf of you who are journalists, on the radio, you're doing your podcast and all of that. This government is not arresting anybody for speech. We don't arrest people for abusive language. I don't care how abusive the language is, because we decriminalize it. And when you decriminalize something, you don't make exceptions to it for particular people. You don't. It's the law. And there's two successive presidents who intervened in this particular area, just on behalf, mostly on behalf of you who are journalists, on the radio. This government is not arresting anybody for speech. We don't arrest people for abusive language. I don't care how abusive the language is, because we decriminalize it. And when you decriminalize something, you don't make exceptions to it for particular people. You don't. It's the law. And there's two successive presidents who intervened in this particular area, just on behalf, mostly on behalf of you who are journalists, on the radio, you're doing your podcast and all of that. And would not arrest anybody for it. So our president, His Excellency Joseph Yuma Blaka, this government is not arresting anybody for speech. We don't arrest people for abusive language. I don't care how abusive the language is, because we decriminalize it. And when you decriminalize something, you don't make exceptions to it for particular people. You don't. It's the law. And there's 2 successive presidents who intervened in this particular area, just on behalf, mostly on behalf of you who are journalists on the radio, you're doing your podcast and all of that. And would not arrest anybody for it. So our president, His Excellency Joseph Yumam, is frequently insulted, very frequently insulted, all on the social media, on this. Some people just get up, $1 in their phone and just cussing. You think we're going to go out there to go look for the people to still arresting them? No. We're in the free speech era. These 2 laws, the Table Mountain Declaration and the KAK, and the social media on this. Some people just get up, $1 in their phone and just cussing. You think we're going to go out there to go look for the people to still arresting them? No. We're in the free speech era. Yeah, on this. Some people just get up, $1 in their phone and just cussing. You think we're going to go out there to go look for the people to still arresting them? No. We're in the free speech era. No. We're in the free speech era. These 2 laws are arresting them. No. We're in the free speech era. 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 We're in the free speech era. These 2 laws. We're in the free speech era. These 2 laws are terrible. We're in the free speech era. We're in the free speech era. No. We're in the free speech era. These 2 laws, the Table Mountain Declaration and the KAK Act, were specifically to protect,
to serve as check and balance on the executive and the judiciary, to put the light on. Now you go and do our job in keeping with our aspirations. Ajit Bana was there when the president unconstitutionally nominated, did not wait for Senate confirmation, then went ahead to appoint and commission an ambassador to America. It was a constitutional violation. Ajit Bana was there. He did not advise the president that it was legally and constitutionally wrong. Ajit Bana then just sitting around the president, and he is one of the masses that can get tired and they just doing muya. Anything the president says and wants, they give it to him. It comes across as though these are some of the people who say that I'm a business to advise the man. They move for that. But who's advising this president?
Joseph Walker is an old, frail, and weak, unpatriotic, questionable citizen. Joseph Walker is an old, frail, and weak, unpatriotic, questionable citizen. Joseph Walker is an old, frail, and weak, unpatriotic, questionable citizen. Joseph Walker is an old, frail, and weak, unpatriotic, questionable citizen. Joseph Walker is an old, frail, and weak, unpatriotic, questionable citizen. Joseph Walker is an old, frail, and weak, unpatriotic, questionable citizen.
I'm saying this to the president of Liberia and his gang. When you behave as a gangster, you are a gang. I'm saying this to the president of Liberia and his gang. When you behave as a gangster, you are a gang. I'm saying this to the president of Liberia and his gang. When you behave as a gangster, you are a gang. I am deliberately saying it.
It's very divisive. If I call the senator board, the senator call us who support Joe, we are gangs. You should be happy that I'm calling a board. Legislatively, it's a board. It's very divisive. If I call the senator board, the senator call us who support Joe, we are gangs. You should be happy that I'm calling a board. Legislatively, it's a board. Legislatively, it's a ball. It's very divisive. If I call the senator board, the senator call us who support Joe, we are gangs. You should be happy that I'm calling a ball. Legislatively, it's a ball. Legislatively, it's a ball.
I'm saying this to the president of Liberia and his gang. When you behave as a gangster, you are a gang. I am deliberately saying it.
It's very divisive. If I call the senator board, the senator call us who support Joe, we are gangs. You should be happy that I'm calling a ball. Legislatively, it's a ball. Legislatively, it's a ball.
Anyway, c'est vraiment bouillie. C'est quoi? Le National Bouillie Squad, c'est quoi? Quand il y bouillie. Anyway, c'est vraiment bouillie. C'est quoi? Le National Bouillie Squad, c'est quoi? Anyway, c'est vraiment bouillie. C'est quoi? Le National Bouillie Squad, c'est quoi?
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong, and no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country, as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Is good. God is faithful, never reneging on his promises made to us, but fulfills every word that he uttered in the fullness of his time. We acknowledge his goodness, his mercy, and his providential care. Without him, we can. With him, the reason we exist as human beings. Hence, it is not an option, not a privilege, not an opportunity, but an obligation to acknowledge his goodness, to acknowledge his loving kindness, and to show gratitude. God himself instructs that 10 lepers were healed by him. Only one went back to say thank you, to show gratitude. And then he looked at the return gratitude and asked him, weren't you 10? Where are the other 9 to come back and give gratitude unto me, to tell me thank you? We are grateful. We not amongst the 9. Don't ever attempt to be amongst the 9, but the one. Be that one, that return one, to say thank you. We are grateful to God, who is keeping us protectively in this hostile environment where freedom of speech has been curtailed, where intimidation is the trademark, headed into what we might likely see as summary arrest and disappearance and all of those despotic, tyrannic, dictatorial characteristics. The game plan, in their opinion, it's working, but there is the ripple effect or the backlash. But we are grateful to God Almighty. He is good. He is faithful. Aloysius Gapu, you are on from Iron Factory. Navarus M, Toronto, Canada. Pastor Melvin Harvest, Destiny Harvest Power from the United States. Mary Tooley, New Georgia Estate. Let me pause here and laugh. But dear Southeastern sister Dwighty, be offer a why. You have to give reason why. I've not seen you for days. I've been thinking about you, but I know that you've been busy. Yeah, yes. So, but it's good to see you. It's good to see you. I raise concern about your absence, but life has so many phases. You are very busy, but it's good that you got time to be on. Hope that you are faring well from Minnesota, the United States of America. Solowat Corsia, your comfort zone, you said New Georgia Estate. William Massaquoi, Pennsylvania, the United States of America. Matilda Stevens, yes, good day to you also, Matilda. Hope that you are faring well and you people are doing well. We thank you for the moral support, the encouragement, whatever. But you people have to keep praying for us. It's not easy. In a warfare, the enemy has only one option to get you down. In a warfare, you don't lose sight of yourself, but you remain resistive. Thank you all for what your people are doing. Bapping Paul Lee from where? Johnsonville. Liberian journalist Samuel Flomo Jr. from Banga Bon County. Thank you for coming on. Liberian journalist Samuel Flomo Jr. Andrew T. Nangbe, Caldwell, the township of Caldwell, Benton, Victor Do Community, Hotel Ogate, Batnersville Junction, your residents, Pablo Classic, Barbara Stanford, Brooklyn, New York City. Yasa Sharif, you are on. Good to have you on. Good to see you. Very good lady. Keep it up. Sussex from Kentucky, Masare, Abdullah, JJY Community, Venetia's Bar, New Crew Town. It is called Claude de Paul. Heron T. Toad Jr., Caldwell, your residents, Jackson C. Poning Jr., alongside the chairman of Block 13 Intellectual Center, Romancio Latupan, Cannibal Orico for short, the chairman for life, the down-to-earth chairman, the chairman who does not discriminate, a chairman who accepts everybody for who they are, irrespective of their condition, the chairman who is there to lift people out of poverty. Money means nothing to him. What is of vital importance is how he can relieve people, take care of the sick, the hungry, and every other. What a chairman he is. God is wonderful. He made certain people so extraordinary. One of them is Romancio Latupan, Cannibal Orico, for short, chairman of District 13, Iron Factory Block 13 Intellectual Center. Hey, my dear brother Josephus Mane, you are on. Yeah, the area, the city that never sleeps. Yeah, New York City. You are on. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming on. I hope that you are faring well from your end. Adaman Kane, you are on from Sino County. Pastor Ariza Tokba, you are on also. Thank you so much for coming on, woman of God. The names are just running down like river running. Jack Foley Tombikai from Broadville Bible College. Okay. Yeah, can really run through all of the names. You come in your hundreds and 150 and 200s. Thank you all for choosing Real Talk, making it a part of your itinerary. Can appreciate you the more. You people are so massive, so extraordinary, so great. It is because of you that we make this sacrifice. and your motivation, your inspiration, helping us a lot. We've got just a single issue to talk about today, but before that, it's 10,000. On a Wednesday, we are giving out 10,000 Liberian dollars. Play the King's Cash giveaway. Start playing. Play as many times as you can, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. 10,000. Dial *79 and star 24 hash, 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 US. You play, and then you can hit the jackpot of 10,000 Liberian dollars. We've got a single issue to look out, to talk about. Sorry. At 4 o'clock, the executive director of the Center for Economic Crimes and Security Studies, Christopher Seaton, is in to talk all things suspension, not giving them due process. It is wrong. The government can tread such a path. That will be at 4 o'clock. Until 4, the reality has unfolded itself. It is evident now, as I have always told you, that Unity Party game plan, not the rest of the officials who work in Weah's government, but Weah himself. I have always told you people, and I maintain that Unity Party prime target is George Weah, and George Weah is Unity Party prime target. They are doing everything to get at Weah. The grudge being there from the very first day Weah ascended till the day Weah left. They hate, the grudge, the malice for Weah live in them every day. They go to bed with Weah in mind. They wake up with Weah in mind. They go to shower with Weah in mind. They while dressing, Weah is in the mind. They in the car going to their respective offices. Weah is the discussion. Everything about Unity Party is Weah. They have this entrenched hate for Weah, this grudge for Weah. This government, headed by President Joseph Yemambwaka and all of the officials. If you have not known, well, I don't know how to say it. We speak from what we know, validate, and the science, the political science, which are scientific. Because if you check it out, based on your doubt, it will prove you right that truly these people have grudge for George Weah. The most hated person amongst Unity Party people in Unity Party, the most hated person, the most awful name, the name that they don't want to hear, something that is awful, it means you fan it off, you don't want to hear it. It's like a person, when you hear that name, your life is shattered. George Weah. They don't want to hear that name, but they can avoid living without the name because the name is a household one. The name is an iconic name. The name embodies the peace, stability of this country. There can be nothing. They can do nothing without the name. And like it is in the Bible, in Ephesians chapter 4, when you have a grudge for a person, the vessel that harbors or the vessel that put on that grudge for another person, that vessel is hurt more than the vessel that it is directed at. That means if you put up an anger or a temper tantrum against the person, you who having the grudge against that person, it hurts you the more than you think it is paining or it is affecting the person upon which it is the grudge is poured on. That is why you need not put anybody in your mind. You need not live with grudge in your heart for anybody, because with time, God will not only expose you, but he will punish you. You might end up dying a dreadful death. That is why he said, do not keep grudge for anybody. It hurts the vessel that the grudge is stored in, then the vessel it is poured on. And that is the typical reality of Unity Party people. Yeah, is it? Only one people, I've told you people, only one today, one issue we are discussing in the next few minutes, and then we can get to our guest. If he's in, fine. If he isn't, then we extend the discussion. The speaker, not the speaker, but Senator Edwin Snow, all of us are aware of the intimidation, the harassment, the threat against Snow. It wasn't solely because Senator Snow expressed his opinion, which is guaranteed under the Constitution. It is not because Snow or the government have any convincing evidence that Snow is using his influence, as they claim at ECOWAS, to overthrow the government. That's what the word destabilize is. If you use the word destabilize, it means to unsettle. And to unsettle a person or an institution is to create instability, that the law or rule of law will no longer exist. There you create anarchy with the intent of unseating the sitting government to install either yourself or another person. That is why under our Constitution or within our Constitution, it is a grave crime. The law said it is treasonable. If anybody or if government official or the government put that on you, destabilizing or attempting to destabilize, they're telling you that they have evidence that you are in the position to overthrow. You want to overthrow. The word destabilization, that what it means. In law, they call it treason. They call it coup. And on we can go. So it's a grave crime. That's why the crafter of the Constitution said it is treason. So they said Snow wanted or was planning to unseat the government. That's why Snow said his life is at risk. He's not taking it. Those two claims they brought against Snow, not necessarily they are true. But the only reason because one, Snow announced his intention. Two, Snow expressed his opinion, which again is guaranteed under the law, because these very Unity Party people, they made treasonable statements. They made treasonable threats that Weah could have sent them to, some of them to 10 years in jail, 50 years in jail. By now they stay there. They cannot tell anybody that it is not your right to express. We can say we wish the government to fail. It is a wish. A wish is different from acting. Unfortunately, people go to school, they claim to be educated, but lack understanding of the Queen's language, which is just a desire. A desire is never a desire once it is not in full effect. Everybody put out their wish. The government cannot tell me that they will not wish the opposition evil. They wouldn't wish the opposition to fail. They wouldn't wish that the opposition is discarded or disorganized. Their responsibility is to say all of those things as you see them say. Under the Constitution, is it right for the Minister of Information to say that if you say XYZ will withdraw the security from you? If security is withdrawn from a high-profile official, what the government is saying, if anything happens to you, if death comes, well, no problem, we accept it, but we leave you vulnerable. Should you say that? Should the Minister of Information say that? But you know why there's no problem with it? Because they have the guns, they have the jailhouse, the gate key to the prison, they have the money, they can decide everything. It is might makes right, the Machiavellian theory. They determine the course of the day, they determine what kind of language the people speak, they determine how they speak those such language at their own will and pleasure. In essence, nobody say anything that would not be favorable in the ear of the government. The government exposes itself. If you are associated with Weah, you become a prime target for the government. Hold on. The government target is George Weah. George Weah is the government target. What the government is doing, George Weah inner cycle, the government wants to crack it by instilling fear through threat. And watch it going further, you will not hear Snow being critical. They try now, the finish of the speaker, Fonati Kofa, is off. So the next person who is close to Weah and is seen as a potential running mate to Weah 2029. That could not be, but this is what I'm saying. Because Snow raised his concern, he expressed his ambition to run. That infuriated them, that angered them. And Snow is close to Weah. And Snow could be, I'm not saying Weah said, neither anybody from within the hierarchy of CDC. I am saying that Snow could be. And they know the potential of Snow. So the game plan was, let's bring some things against him so that he will come down. We'll use the vice president, the pro tem, and listen. Snow finds himself in a difficult situation. Hypocrisy is at best. But hold on to that. Here is my position. Here's the reason for my position on this. The Minister of Information made that very clear. The Minister of Information. The essence of Reloaded, Class Reloaded, is to expose themselves. We told you before they got on the air with Class Reloaded, majority of or their discussion was centered mainly around Weah. I told you people that, and you're saying it. They can never do anything without the name Weah. And we are not bothering them. Weah has no time. And in this situation, listen, God is with Weah. And this is how God comes in defense of you. When people are saying awful things about you, when people are concocting evil plans against you, when people are spreading lies and disinformation about you, and you aren't reacting, you aren't creating any scene, you are not being reactionary, you hear everything, you know everything, and you give it to God, their word now, that expression that you can hear, or you have read in the Bible, Psalm 23, that what it means. In the presence of the people who concord, who are planning evil, God in heaven comes in to prepare a table of deliverance that the enemies will stay alive and see the ascendancy, to see God moving in that person's life. That's why he said, the writer said, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, death is a reference for enemies, those who try to bring you down. Death is not only the cessation of living. when the breath is off. It's another metaphor for enemies. What is the core, the essence of the enemy? To kill. What did Jesus say? What did Jesus say? He comes to steal and do what? Kill. If you overlook yourself in the midst of your enemy, listen, when you die, God will not regret it. So he said, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. It's not a reference for graveyard. Graves line up left, right, and you're walking through. No, it is a reference. Go to ask Josephus, the Jewish historian. He will tell you it's a reference for the enemy. Though I walk through the valleys of the enemies, God is with me. That's why the writer said his rod and his staff, they are with me. They comfort me. In essence, God metamorphosed himself. He comes in such form to lead you through your enemy. And that is the situation. That's why he said, be slow to speak, quick to hear, slow to anger, James 1:19. Romans 12:19. What did he say? He said, do not avenge. Leave everything with me. In the fullness of time, I, God, will expose all of them. You hear we are talking? Can you hear we are saying anything? They're saying all of those things. They're concocting against we are. And when you sit down, you devise evil against a person, right there, you have become an enemy or you oppose to God. So here is it. Here is the reason. Listen, they went on Class Reloaded. Hear what the minister said. He pretended after endangering the safety of Senator Snow, after damaging Senator Snow on the international scene within ECOWAS. But I like the stand ECOWAS took. You know, ECOWAS made fool of this government. ECOWAS said, come on, Snow is not that kind of person. He has led us as our leader. He has shown great success and leadership. We have not known him for that. So why you people saying in Liberia, well, we're not there, but we know who Snow is. We have worked with him over the time. So if you say that he wants to overthrow your government, well, it can be, you can do it on your side. But for us, we do not believe that because we have never, ever heard anything like that. And this government, listen, every attempt, they will get the bloody nose in return because God in heaven exposes evil plan. When you're planning, God himself has already set the outcome of your evil plan so that you feel it in return. Listen to the Minister of Information. He said, there is no need. The first he said nobody. He said nobody in this government is after Senator Snow. He goes further. There is no need for Senator Snow to be afraid. Did Senator Snow say he's afraid? No. Senator Snow said Jeremiah Pia put him in harm's way. His life is at risk, and that if he dies today, it is on the government and Jeremiah Pia. Because according to Senator Snow, it was Jeremiah Pia who released the statement. Didn't I tell you people that Kula Fofana is by far refined than Jeremiah Pia? Kula Fofana, no reason why the lady is a lawyer. You see the lawyers there, they do things with reasoning. They don't rush to talk. They take their time. That's why when you go before a lawyer, they're asking you this, they're asking you that, and they do things with time and patience. And if you are impatient, that's when you say, oh, the lawyer, oh, let the person you go to the. They take their time, they reason out. But the politicians go for fame, go for praises, go for popularity. They put themselves in a celebrity status. So they say, oh, the minister said this, and the Minister of Information has spoken, and the Minister of Information. Kula Fofana, as a lawyer, would not go and just make flimsy statements, unsubstantiated. That why look at the two. Let's look at the two of them. Kula Fofana is refined in her expression, in her public address. Then the man who say he's still on in communication, he is a veteran. causing problem for the government. Now you know what it has meant. You know how the international community is discussing this. You know what kind of atmosphere they created within ECOWAS, and you think ECOWAS would sit down and say, "Oh, you just leave it. It's okay." You know that the Minister of Information, embarrassed his very president. Now Weah is in Nigeria for the same ECOWAS meeting. You know what's going to happen if they have not? They're going to confront him on it, and it will be embarrassing. Telling you, Mr. President, what is happening? That you want to kill Senator Snow. Said you people want to kill him, and if he dies, his blood is on your hand and on the Minister of Information, because he released the statement. And it will be embarrassing how Weah will answer those kinds of things. Some of the guys in the international community, listen, they are very blunt. Don't see the international community as when you're in your country and no protest, nothing happening, like what Weah doing, he's suppressing everything. That means the people happy. So when they see you, they praise you, they fall to you. They're like, some of the members of the international community, they look in your face as a president and tell you, Mr. President, what is happening in your country? Are you aware of the senator who said your government wants to kill him? You think that in the day, but no, you think that just mere political something, you think it's just, yeah? That thing has a serious bearing on this government. And if this government wins the UN Security Council non-permanent seat, fine. We all will congratulate the government. But I think it has gone as a minus to the bid of the government. The timing. That is why that Minister of Information has to be very careful. The timing is not just rushing to release statements. So yeah, what the man say. Let me say it quick before my guy come in. I have to give you people a chance to react to this. At 4 o'clock, then we'll face the executive director for the Center for Economic Crimes and Security Studies. Nobody in this government is after Senator Snow. There is no need for Senator Snow to be afraid. If anyone should be afraid, it has to be me, looking at the recent history of the two of us. That now you know that you get history between the two of you, whether affinity, whether by blood, whether from the same country, that's not the issue. You damage the man. When these Liberian so-called politicians have messed up, then they go on tribal line. We're from the same country, and they come on infinity line that my brother will bring together. All again, after causing a damage, that's been dull. Yeah, what he said. He concluded by saying, and this is it. This is where my conclusion is from. And it is the reasoning of very many of the people in this country who saw and heard also. He said, he was here, referring to Snow now, he was here when the auditors were dying in the government he supported. He was here when the former president he supported called people enemies of the state. So it means that the Minister of Information wrote those words that he put there. He did it intentionally. It was his personal stuff, because he had always one of the men who have seen Weah as enemy. So they declare Snow as enemy of the state, because that's the same thing. If you say this person is attempting to destabilize, using his influence at ECOWAS to destabilize the country, it's the same as enemy of the state. So what's the difference between what you claim Weah said and what you're doing now? If you look at the opposition and say, if you say this, we'll withdraw, you are saying they are enemy of the state, because they're not dancing to your tune. They're not dancing at your gallery. So you see them as enemy. And if you can go out with threat, or that is the reason why you threaten them, that's the same thing. So the man said, because Snow was in Weah government, all kinds of awful things were happening. Snow was not talking. Snow was muted. He kept silent. He saw the auditors were killed. That Weah called people enemy of the state. He didn't say anything. That Weah government, he comes to say that he wishes the government fail. That's the reason. So when you work in Weah government, Don't talk anything against this government. Then you are declared enemy of the state. You're listening to the man again. You're listening. That's why he said he's on record all over. Some of you even saw it before I came on the air. Both the script and the audio. He said, nobody in this government is after Senator Snow. There is no need for Senator Snow to be afraid. Oh, yes, the lies. Senator Snow has even not only Snow, any other person, because you know why? You are the government, you get a gun, you get the people, you can even develop, you can create mercenaries to go after. You have everything. The government is deep. So not being afraid is a wrong word. If anyone should be afraid, it has to be me, looking at the recent history of two of us. So that put this one in context. Again, he alluded that, or he presented it as Snow was a bad man. I can see why his people took photos from Charles Taylor days. They say that Snow put in bulletproof with guns. I bet you start bringing some of those things out on former government officials, or sorry to say, these government officials, because some of them have the past. Everybody have past. Bring them outside. You hear what the government will say. But because it is the government people bringing out those past photos about people which could ignite conflict, then no problem with it. So between the two of them, he said he Pierre should be afraid. Given this man's history, then he went to make it clear why between the two of them he should be afraid. That Snow is a cunning character. He sat here when the auditors were dying in the government he supported. That Snow supported Weah government. He was here when the former president he supported. How many times he used the expression, the phrase he supported 2 times? You know what that means? That's the person's emphasis. So the man is simply saying, or he simply said, anyone associated with Weah, you are enemy of the state. Our target is Weah. You go up your cannon. Didn't I tell you? The guys are doing everything. They Weah property, that one they after. They vex. And they don't have it. And you have the people saying, oh, he got money to build all the things and that. So they ain't get time for the other people. As far as they're concerned, Weah is the target. They are after Weah. My people, please, I beg you, your hold on. Your hold on. We switching. You know, it's not easy. We're fighting hard. It's not easy. AB is trying the best he can within his scope to make sure that things are okay. The government is stifling us in every way because this station is associated with Weah. So please, we beg you, we switching from the gong, the LEC gong. So we gotta I beg you, I hold your phone. You please hold on. You don't go. In less than 5 minutes, we are back on the air. Yeah? Because we got more to talk. I hold your phone. So I beg you, you don't go. You just stay. The switching less than 5 minutes. Less than 5 minutes. It won't even read 5 minutes. Yeah? It won't even read 5 minutes. It won't read 5 minutes. So you hold on. You just hold on. It won't read 5 minutes.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African political
Okay, so thank you. Thank you for the understanding. We're back. I told you people less than 2-3 minutes. It's not easy. We're fighting. That is why when we're talking or we appealing to you, we're allowing you to see reason to help us. Ain't no shame thing. Yes, we in warfare. You will need assistance. And you'll see in Ukraine, the war between Ukraine and Russia. What happened? Ukraine soliciting assistance here and there so that they are in a fortified position to resist Russia. So they're appealing here and there. That's the same thing. Yeah, don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed. Even if you have a problem, don't be ashamed to tell people to assist you because you want to get out. There where we are. So that's it. That's it. Let me turn to you now. You can have your say on 0772 23 99 33 0886 30 44 97. The women's line 0777 9803 75. That's what I thought to share with you people. Just that. The government's target is Weah. The Minister of Information confirmed that in his reaction when that came out, as you heard. Let's go. Let's start with the women. Hello?
Hello? Good afternoon, sir.
Hey, Chief.
How you doing?
Sorry, Chief. That women line here, Liberian people. You hear they say the women's line 0777 9803. I'm listening to the radio at one call. Once they say the women's line 0777 and the other one they say 886 772. I know that 0777 that women line when I go there. Some of the men there, man. You can make us shame. Hello. Good afternoon.
Patient recording from Duboro.
Let's hear you, patient. How is Duboro Road?
So the issue. Duboro, okay. I mean, tell the Baga government. Baga government already say they're supposed to be thinking how the government will make progress. They will be chasing after President Weah. President Weah don't even have the time. All you have to do is to focus how you develop the country and the rescue. What you say you're going to rescue the poor? How to rescue the citizens? They will be after President Weah. President Weah after them. So for the whole sense, they will be after President Weah. That's what they're supposed to do for the citizens.
Okay, patient. Thank you. Thank you for calling. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon, General Andrew.
Let's hear you. Your name and where you call from.
You know what, General Andrew?
Yeah.
Like some people that are treating children that they send them to K1. You must be a strong teacher before you ever there. So just bear with us, yeah. By the time they learn for women, then they will go on the women's side. They learn for women, then they go so. So just bear.
Okay, all right, citizens.
As the way we bear with Baka, now the plane where Donald Trump can ride at the one you ready. So we bear. We'll see the end. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for calling. Yeah, AB explained, gave us a full understanding of the plane that the president is using. And no accountability, no account. They can't tell you anything, but yesterday they were telling we had to give account of the plane that he's using, the trips that he's making. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah?
The
Yeah, let's hear you.
I want to say that all of the after now we were after go in that walk go. So that everyone we in the world, we the old there, we the younger there, they there, that they want after. And what there, they will say, they will say, that one will not know about it. So thank you, Omer.
Thank you. Hello?
Hello, sir.
Yes?
This part people, the boyfriend. The children looking up there, we are.
He will Galilee, and when Galilee he will never forget forever. The government what is so big in the country, we are not having no medicine in the hospital. Besides, the people they don't need medicine. We are hospital is happy. The 14 mental hospital. Now, one minute, first care they say they will be behind. We have to be to making. They will not. They try and they will inside. Thank you.
Thank you for calling too. Have a nice day. Hello. Hello? You are on the air, Chief. Oh, my man. You on radio? Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Statesmanship, this is Mohammed.
Mohammed, move from where you are a little. The voice is overshadowing yours.
Come again?
Where you are, the voices are overshadowing yours. So you want to move from there.
Okay, let me take a step.
Mhm.
Can you get it?
Yeah, let's try it. Yeah, let's go. Let's try it.
Okay. I just want to tell you guys that the Union Party people, I don't know which of the schools those guys went to, because these guys see the reality and frame the reality to false. But I don't really understand. I don't know if these guys have a brain problem, because anytime these guys come on a discourse or contradicting ourselves, but according to them, our president is untouchable. So all of these things these guys are saying all over all of these radio stations, they are making fun. And we the people, and most especially, I told them at the trap, we will defend President Weah on the 2029. So let me keep that of that, man. Thank you.
Hello.
Good evening, Sir Manu.
Yeah.
This is Rose Tatu calling from Front Street. Yeah, Uncle Sam. The people that they just joking here, because they did a test President Weah. Our president, they did a testing. You know that will be many that they will put in jail, that there will be no more jail. Maybe they will be lucky or in our hospital there. You don't do that to people. They are the men with love. And they can't take that love from our heart. We are already stole that memory chip. That love memory chip is already in us. That's the reason why we say we remain supreme. Let them leave our president alone. You don't have time for them. When they do, when even you were in power, he never had time for them. He hold every one of us as once in the country. What is the problem? What is the problem? What is the problem? You want to divide Liberia? They tell us institutions, they will go banga, I walk on Satan now.
Okay.
They will lead them in Morovia yet.
Okay.
What the problem?
Thank you.
Thank you, my dear.
Hello.
Then Andrew, how you doing, my brother?
I'm doing fine. Let's hear you.
Yeah, sister for the Southeast. Thank you for the show. Low step, Andrew, let me say this to the people. My sister just left the line and say the people joking. People not joking. And also we're not joking. They will not play fun. Look, they put attack this snow for our let's see what I met them and me taking over. Because the last time they say how many protest people were there saying letters that they should report all the people that were there, they must send them back to the people. So they know. And I will run our organization. And so they will still say, oh, if you can't do the rest of the poor, maybe one day president. And the kind of issue, they will say, when we election in this country, it will be the end of Liberia. So they,
Thank you, man. CC, let's go this way. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, St. Andrews.
Yeah, your name, where you call from?
Yeah, this is Hussein Keo. I call from Jacobstown. So, Sam, I listened to the different talking points. So, in relation to Snow versus governor of Liberia, first of all, Liberia belongs to every one of us. And we are entitled to our views and we are entitled to our right to freedom of speech and freedom of expression. But it comes with responsibilities. We all here, my sister and the rest of the old lady who are put on the show, when Snow stepped naked, a young lady to dance before a crowd for $1,000 United States dollars. I don't know whether she were around or some of those ladies were around. You are not condemned.
Hey, Chief, no, hold on.
Yes.
Hold on. Don't use that. We're talking about free speech here that was trampled upon by your government. If you bringing in that scenario and using it as an analogy which doesn't have any link, then you have to mention your LTA boss, deputy boss, Patrick Horner. Patrick Horner, no, get that now because But why you told on? You think that when Snow was there, you know that your Unity Party, Patrick Horner was there.
It was Patrick wedding, right?
So your Patrick Horner now should have said no. This is wrong. Let us not disgrace women. It is wrong. But he supported it. He was excited. And he did not tell Snow, oh, look, wrong. So why you bringing it? Come on, man. My man, go to the free speech. But why you told on before you brought it on? You see how your unity happened? You can reason good?
Yeah, so yes, let me get so many happen. Yeah, no problem, Sen. Sen. So in relation to that, right, Sen? You know, Snow has not been familiar with the current day reality and the current day politics in our country, right?
But you informed them, Snow, that you say he's not being overcome with the current day reality. You informed them, Snow.
Of recent, I'm not saying he's not interested in the Latin politics, right? Of recent, Snow has been more engaged with ECOWAS stuff and then out of country and engaging in ECOWAS country. So he not been around. So he came back, he wanted to gain some attention at the expense of the government. But yes, thankfully the government have responded to him and they responded adequately. Those who think they can support his gathering, he stay out against the government. We will not support that, will condemn anyone. Whether from government or opposition.
Say we empty South Beach. Tell all the prisoners from there clean it good to carry all the opposition there. Anybody who speaks against the government jaded. But then where you going to?
So you want
what do you call come with responsibility? What do you call come with responsibility? Oh, you know that now you know come with responsibility when yesterday you were creating treasonable or using treasonable statement calling for the government to come down. You're aware of your Weah step down campaign. A certain president, then you say the president must step down and you did all you know that one? My man, go off, man. No, but my man, don't say that. Look back in the past and look at your government and say, no, this is wrong. That is what is referred to as free speech. A wish is not an act. It's just a wish.
So this is why we talk about change. We changed the Weah government because there were people.
My man, and nonsense you talking about that, man. Hello. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. I'm Emmanuel Infinite, Abraham Cousin William Pekin, joining from District 2. Let me say thank you for the show. To be honest, I would never celebrate if Joseph Yima is successful in his regime. Anything that good for you, don't send it to someone. When his people were here praying for the CDC government to fail, when they were posting all type of negative value to things that are even happen in Liberia, they were celebrating it. So as if no issue with honorable. And I will not condemn. I'm not condemning anything. And people can test we are. The people only testing the ability of the people to hear what they will say. They can test we are. Thank you.
Thank you too. Have a nice midweek. Keep playing the King's Cash giveaway. Dial *79 *24 hash. Play with $200 Liberian dollars or $1.50. My man, this is not men's line. Yeah, man, you're calling to blast the people. Then you're showing the irony of it. How you call 077798037 that women's line? Then you're calling on it. Oh, come on, man. Hello.
Hello, Tim. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Let's hear you, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it was in your school. They want to get people, but I'm not advanced or school will not be a threat. Those people, they fear, scare people, they always let out of the bridge. No one stand by a word. That's what we say. Nobody Can we see reality? Then you go to the other again. Your man don't know to reload that what it. What get to see? Let's not stay firm as strong opposition. People will not do nothing. They will not do nothing when they just start snow. Anyway, no, they got firm.
But it's not about snow. They want to using snow. Then not about snow. Thank you. Hello. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, let's hear you.
Yeah, now they know that the one where they were talking for it was not good. So when they tell so they mess up, it will be okay for them. And not okay, it will be with the women and with the one we made there, the sour in your mom. They not even see nothing yet. So let them get begin. So they're not able to do nothing to we are. So
Okay.
forget about it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Andrew, how are you?
I'm fine.
Yeah, this is A.B. Kale. I'm calling for looking at cinema. You see, what I want to say in short, all the things you see the train attention all around. Ambassador, we will be the lab of stuff. Then when they try it, well, we're customer, we're defend Ambassador, we are with everything that we have. Where we come from saying, they will not even say no. They don't even say they jail for us. If you take George Weah, say, the thing that they are not seeing before in the Republic of Liberia, say they will see it. That thing that they're doing is busy all around. Ambassador Weah is our perfect bush. You take George Weah, say every Kale say. Say, the thing that get for that February election, that will be the end of Liberia. Take George Weah.
All right.
We're working. Thank you for informing me the time, my fellow.
Thank you. For calling. Hello.
Yeah, I do that. That's calling back.
No. Yeah, let's hear you quick.
You call your thing, talk it. Why they get to see it? You call me on our own. I got one time, man. Yeah, I bet you can't be stupid.
Lead him there. No, lead him there. Hey, Bob, the day. Hello.
Sir.
Yeah.
No man going my way, Martin. Sir, the two want to pull the thing up down and say, and I don't fully valid it. Kazu, move up behind we are, and move up behind oil.
No, your leader man, he entitled to his opinion.
You know, yeah,
the man hustling and the man be on all the radio stations. Yes, yesterday they were voting. Yesterday,
nobody.
Thank you. Yesterday they were voting. We are people voting. Just we say in labyrinth, teasing, making mockery. They say, I don't know how they used to call them, the guys from Beckwood Avenue and the other area. They say, oh, you're calling for radio station, the radio station. You're not this. We are not doing that. All kinds of things. Now they're there. That the same thing they're doing. The only expression they ain't using yet, and I know they will use it, abandoned district. The same way 6 years CDC people were saying, the callers were saying, calling from the abandoned district. Unity Party people will start saying very shortly, calling from the abandoned district. So all of them, they all whatever Kawu then hustling. You know, the thing is as simple. The many times you call on radio station, from one radio station to another, the people get to hear you. That's how most of these guys getting their money, and they can go to a given official, government official, like Kiawuna and any other person can go to a given. Once that man hearing you on the time, on the air, say you go to Commerce Ministry, say introduce, oh, Hassan, I know who's in Kiawu, say, my man, yeah, come in, let him come in. Say, my man, yeah, thank you, you're doing well. We can hear you on the air. At least you're calling, you're doing well, you're fighting, you're debunking them. Yeah, just at the close of the day, just shake hand and you open it a box or have. Yeah, that's how they operating. I know. I know. We can see it. Let me just take people, then we move on. Hello.
Good afternoon, Mr. Sam Andrew.
Yeah, let's hear you. Your name and where you come from.
Yeah, I'm Peter David Council. I come from another street line, Lord Johnsonville. Thank you for the fascinating discussion. Mr. Sam Andrew, I think the government and the really need to focus on service deliverable and forget about diving into what we call true reality. Because how will you be attacking political leader or statement made by a political leader? And let me say this to Mr. Edwin, Honorable Edwin Snow. You need to be afraid. Because
my man, that thing is not about Snow. It's not about Snow. The people target is where they just using Edwin Snow or one of the names as the frontier.
We are clear now. Now what they cannot target. They know they can't do anything to Weah. If you target Weah, I mean you are targeting just like Imam Bwaka and your entire government. That would bring the government to the end. Absolutely, that's a reality.
Okay,
so
let's go on the other side.
They are fully aware of that.
Thank you.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, let's hear you quick.
My name is Edwin from Johnson. You know, say Andrew, Joe Baga, they're making people, for no be happy. But you know that they can't take Joe Weah. They know when they try any attempt to take Joe Weah, their country. They nothing what are fought. They were looking for crime.
All right, so thank you. So, thank you all. Time is of the essence. The man just sent me a text. Let me read his text. Let me read his text message. He just sent me a text. The reason, listen, we have to stop. I've tried not to do that, but sometimes we are constrained because, listen, you don't give people assurance. Then when it is announced, then you don't show up. You know the reason? The reason we announce it so that you know that what the law say, it is what they call in broadcast, the law call it presenters mention. So that the people will not only know who is coming, but they will position themselves. And they will set themselves with time, energy, and resources. That is the reason when the person appears and finish talking, then the people calling to give their input based on what the person have said. The audience, according to our law, the broadcast law, the audience is abused, exploited, and used. That is why the law say you should exhaust all options, talking to the person, making everything available for the person to appear. As much as we are in the world of imperfection, but when you are giving 99% assurance, then you announce. If there is, you're not too sure, or the person wasn't too sure of appearing, then you're done. That's why you see, listen, if you listen to some talk show hosts, you are not yet then talking about any person until maybe when the time coming in and say, oh, the person, we're expecting the person, okay, the person in. The reason you see the person or you hear the person saying that way, because they were not too sure, they didn't want to embarrass themselves. Talk show hosts are embarrassed all over the world, because the expectation the people will have to hear the person and they can't hear. So part of it now, the law say, then you tell the audience why the person isn't appearing so that they will know. Because if you just leave it, your credibility at stake. Our law strong too, the broadcast law strong. Not saying that out. So, the man sent me a text. He say, my man, I am caught up in a traffic around Catholic Junction. But in the meantime, before then, they get something they call off-air discussion. I say, you giving your location, you will start leaving soon. We talk about the same traffic being, they say, oh, no problem, all the kind of thing there. They say you caught up in traffic. In the afternoon, in this country, there's no traffic jam. In the evening, when you're going home between 5:30 and 6, forget it. That Cinco area, everybody that tread that route experience a huge traffic jam. In the afternoon, at this time, you're coming from that side, I can leave from here right now. I go Cinco, Oro, or just around the ERWA. I will come back before the show ends. Because the free flow of traffic, free flow, the only thing you might just slow down for the red light to give the right away. That's all. All right, but that's it. So thank you all. Let me move to the comments. Jessica said they had George Weah step down a campaign. Cummings asked the American government to sanction Liberia and George Weah government. Yes, Jessica, they did that. They even went into the United States. They themselves made it clear. They went into America, influencing or discouraging investors from coming to Liberia. That constitutes destabilization. They did all of those things. Mo Ali are trying to find that when they announced the protest against Weah. Today, nobody can protest. You can come outside and listen. I have said this and continue to say, you know why? Because great people who are political scientists, who are legal scientists, who know all of these things, they tell you it's a bad governance credential when the people cannot express the right. When you suppress them and you think by that, you're keeping the country stable, you are presenting a bad governance credential. Your partners will not be very happy with you. And these are some of the things that people look at to give aid. Who else? J-Man J say, but they would not be using our station to make free money. Who else? Yali Hussein, that is right. Yeah. That Hussein right. That is mentor. Amen, right. You can. Gabriel what say? All of you, when Hussein come, you can promote Hussein Kawumel. And make all of your verse, your commenting. You leave the man. He has his right to express himself. That's why when he says something you're ain't satisfied, you counter him. And the man say the freedom of speech better off in this government than we are. Then you say exactly how it was better in we as government. That's all. Simple as that. All right. So let's take this break. Then we move on. Great institutions are associated or happy to be associated with King's FM. Let's talk about it, real talk, and face the issues. One of those institutions is Liberty Fortune, Squash and Win, alleviating or bringing people out of poverty by just a squash.
Yes!
Pee-wee?
Yes?
What all the happiness for now?
Yama, the thing that making some of our friends in other countries can be building houses and sending their children to Google schools now come to Liberia, yeah?
What's that?
They got one Liberian company called Liberty Fortune.
Liberty Fortune?
Yes, this company bringing one game they call Liberty Fortune Scratch and Win game.
And how people can play this game?
Very easy. Buy their ticket and scratch the silver part on it. Just the same way you can do the scratch card. Then any money you see on it is for you. You can win different amount of money, all the way up to 10,000 USD.
So you mean when I buy the Liberty Fortune scratch card and build the silver part, any money there is for me?
Yes, and you only need just $1 USD on the same money LD to play and win.
But where I can get a Liberty scratch card from?
Go to the shops. Go to the boys who selling scratch cards and tell them that you want Liberty scratch card. Pay, scratch, and win. And then you take the winning card to their office at the Don's residence on 2nd Street, Topman Boulevard in Cinco for your money.
Pee-wee, thank you for this life-changing game. Liberty scratch card, we for it every day.
Spend small money and win big money. A message from Liberty Fortune.
Every day. Spend small money and win big money.
A message from Liberty Fortune LLC, the new game changer in Liberia.
Of these 6 years, let me tell you that I am proud of what we have achieved together. We have built roads, supported free wires, and free tuition at high schools and public universities, stabilize the macroeconomic challenges we face in 2018, build hundreds of pro-poor housing units, and achieve on so many fronts that we are able to list here today. However, I acknowledge that there is always room for improvement, and perhaps more could have been done under different circumstances. Regrettably, some of the long-term projects we initiated did not reach completion during my tenure. I am hopeful that the incoming administration will carry the torch forward and bring these initiatives to fruition for the benefit of all Liberians. Fellow compatriots, rumors and misinformation have played a large part in our politics over the last 6 years. It is my hope we as a country will overcome this challenge over the next 6 years. To begin this, we must start with the facts of the transition. I am filled with a profound sense of gratitude and humility. It has been an honor and a privilege to serve as your president and commander-in-chief for the past 6 years. Together, in 2018, we embarked on a journey to build a united, peaceful, and prosperous Liberia. And I am deeply thankful for the trust and support you have bestowed upon me and my administration during my tenure. As we navigate the complexity of governance, your partnership was instrumental in the development and implementation of policies and programs that aim to bring progress and development to our great nation. Through our time together, I held still fast to two cornerstones of leadership: keeping the peace and upholding the democratic process and the rule of law. As you are aware, Liberia, for the first time in over 7 decades, experienced a peaceful transition of power when I assumed the presidency in 2018. Tomorrow, we will witness another historic moment as I hand over the reins of government to my successor, President-elect Joseph Nima Boakai, making yet another significant milestone in our democratic journey. I am immensely proud that during my tenure, Liberia remained at peace with itself and at peace with its neighbor. Our armed forces, the force of good, will never turn against our own people, and external actions were confined to international peacekeeping mission under the United Nations. This peace, sustained by our own domestic resources, is a testament to the maturity and strength of our nation. We protected the inalienable rights of every Liberian citizen as enshrined in our Constitution. Freedom of speech, assembly, and expression were not only preserved, but celebrated. There were no political prisoners or prisoners of conscience during my entire term, a testament to the development of strong democratic institutions that are now not only hailed as competent and professional, but as trusted and credible. Liberia is now regarded as a pillar of democracy in West Africa and a shining example to the world. This was only made possible through our various collaborative efforts. I want to thank all Liberians, regardless of your political affiliation, for staying the course and helping build a stronger and more vibrant nation.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
This is real talk. We talk it real. No hate, no grudge, no malice, but one, to make Liberia better, telling the government what it ought to do, though the government would not want to accept, but doesn't stop anybody from speaking right. Under this government, no freedom of speech, even though they say there is freedom of speech. Listen to this. This is not only for journalists. Free speech is ascribed, or it is the fundamental right of everybody. Journalists, civil society, politicians, government officials, yana boy, janitor, everybody. I'm just saying this just so you know that the wrong snow, and it's intended to stifle, or that as opposition person, don't speak against the government. Don't express yourself. Which to fail doesn't say the government has failed. If somebody said that I wish that you fail, then what do? You make sure that you don't fail by doing what is right, so the person will be made shame. Only people who are not to show off their vision buy into petty things from people. And that is why most people in life don't achieve their goal. Any and everybody has the right to say or to express their wish. That nonsense they talking, say a goal with responsibility. What is the responsibility? All the people that saying that thing, using that expression goal responsibility, they ain't even know it. They ain't even know what they're saying. I bet you put them down to explain it again. But because they hear other people using it, so they move along. That's how this culture look. People not independent, they're not critical, can reason better. Listen to President Boakai, lawyer. President Boakai, lawyer, the man who can advise Boakai on legal affairs. Listen to the man.
I heard Steve.
No. Let's go this way. Yeah, it's the man.
This government is not arresting anybody for speech.
What did he say? This government is not arresting anybody for speech. The same way this government will not harass anybody for expressing their desire or being expressive of what they see or what they desire. If God in heaven were to turn to this country to act upon that thing, God will punish everybody. And listen, it's devilish, it's satanic, it's demonic. Out of politics in anything in life. Don't use your status, your position to trample upon other people, to infringe on other people's right, yet you claim to be ethical. It is unethical. That Boakai lawyer, yeah, the one they call in governance legal advisor, yeah, advise the president or on legal matter. That the man, yeah, that's what the man saying.
This government is not arresting anybody for speech. This government is not arresting anybody for speech. Government is not arresting anybody for speech. Government is not arresting anybody for speech.
So you can arrest, but the government can harass, intimidate, threaten. Isn't it the same thing? When you create a hostile atmosphere for the citizen that the Constitution provides or gives the right to, that's the same thing. That's it. I just thought to let you know that when we finish with that Boakai legal advisor, Bujuben Keita. So let's go home on the second and final leg of the show this way. You see there, the government is bragging, boasting, ranting all over the place. When people express their opinion, then they get vexed. It is just a small screen. Things that you ought to do to own up to your responsibility, you're unable, but you're creating distraction for yourself. The Minister of Information and everybody who go on quote unquote class reloaded, they will not talk about they will not talk about their failures. They will not talk about the ones that they aren't doing, but they know they're doing nothing. The War Crimes Code. Jada Babu sitting down there, he wasting his time. 5 months now. 5 months. The people are not taking a dime. 5 months. 5 months. 5 months. The War Crimes Office. And I told you that War Crime Office is over. That's the end of it. It is not going anywhere because the man that everybody wanted to see on trial died. Prince Johnson was the focal person. Prince Johnson died. The meme, why it is true that we have other people here, but Prince Johnson's death killed the taste, the zeal that people had, the anxiety and curiosity that people had to see Prince Johnson on trial. His death killed that. Some members of the international community even weak because they wanted to see the man on trial like Charles Taylor went on trial and was sentenced. So not much attention is paying to Jala Babu War Crimes Code Office. Not much attention. 5 months now, they have not taken pay. But they will concentrate on a statement made by an opposition member and say it is treasonable. 5 months, you own up. And not only over there. There are other places, things are just bad off. We can't even talk about corruption because it is normal now. Look at Mr. President. Listen to the description that AB was giving last night about that plane. And when AB was giving a clear, the practical nature of the structure of that plane, I soon thought on Senator DeLong when he came up with that rant called an apology. In there, he said that there is a need to procure a private jet, a personal jet for Joseph Yema Boakai. So when AB was giving us a practical picture, a graphic picture, rather, of the structure of that plane, I thought on Senator Dillon. That is not a surprise that we'll have a president using that kind of plane. But yesterday, he was envious and jealous of Weah riding plane. Oh, yes. He was envious. See, today, ain't that the plane the man ride? The man ride class. Class. You know how many dollars you are paying for Mr. President riding that plane? It was based, one of the things they said that Weah was misusing the country money. Today, it is the same. Yesterday, they said Weah was riding jet plane. They said Weah lied that his friend gave him jet plane. The same way Boaka came, and the same thing happened. You see how God can expel people. And Boaka said, a friend, and he used the same friend. He said 285 machines, a friend gave them to him. They said Weah should give account. Weah was not accounting because Unity Party in opposition, they were the clever, I want to use the superlative of that word. They were the cleverest of all people on earth. How we are spent this, we are spent that. They were coming out with different budgets that we should give account. McGill, deputy president, encouraging we have to do all kinds of things. Today, Boaka can give account of that plane. Do you know how many dollars that is spent on a daily basis when the president is traveling? Rather, you know how much money. Do you know that it is part of good governance, transparency? Every time a president makes a trip to give the people an appraisal or understanding of the expenditure, since Boaka started traveling out of the country using jet plane or private plane, have you heard anything? But yesterday they were demanding Weah to give account, saying that state money, that state resources. Today, no. Isn't it the same corruption? That's the same corruption. Nothing extra in it. You're not better than Weah. No. You accuse, what you accuse Weah of, you're doing it, and you're even doing it 2 times. Then when somebody expresses their opinion, you get this. Only a weakling, only a visionless person, only a person who isn't making progress in life gives into those kinds of stuff. A person who is focused, determined, making progress, doesn't have time. Like the people say, you can mind the noise in the market. Only the person who is focusless, if that is a word, goes in the market, every little sound, turning and reacting. Because they're not delivering. They're not delivering at all. Money not forthcoming. So they're trying to play the smart game, giving you the impression that they're doing this, they're doing that, but they are gradually pushing everything towards 2029 so that they will have, in their opinion, a good case to say, oh, the government doing this. Is it doing this? No money. Don't see the petty things. They are above that UN Security Council seat. If they win it, fine. They're our country. We might congratulate them if they win it. But I am not sure they will win it because they already made a case for not winning it. If they win it, fine. We all will celebrate because it will be Liberia. But I'm not too sure. And please, besides me, don't express your opinion on it because when you do it, it will come for you. Because how you looking now? When you express your opinion against anything in the government, it will come for you. That how you looking now? I told you last week, in a corner, wherever you are, you gotta be careful. And let me say this to you. You gotta be careful with Unity Party people. When you're discussing, You must know. Know who you're discussing with. They have some terrible, bad Unity Party people. When you're sitting in a mess or you're standing in a mess, you think that you have freedom of speech. You're talking, whoa, the government are there, but never. They will sneak out and just hint a police or somebody. You will see somebody will just come and identify himself and say, please walk with me. That the atmosphere they created now. I'm telling y'all, everything we can tell you, we're seeing the signs. We know about it. So, 5 months, they can't pay. President traveling. He gone in Nigeria for a meeting. ECOWAS 50th anniversary. He can give account. I had thought that given how they portray themselves, that they were going to be more transparent, more ethical in their dealings or doings. But nothing ethical, nothing transparent about them. They're not helping the system at all. Everything is hidden. They don't want you to know about this. When they go on the air, they lie. Then somebody got to come and debunk them. How can you be a government? People debunking you when you say the other one, they debunk you. They expose you. They come up with document, and then you're speechless. You know that you have not initiated anything since you came to power. The time you take to be running after people and writing law statement, developing a dossier of inflammable, reckless statement, you should be using that time to tell the people what you have done. You should show them. You've not done anything. Everything in here right now that your predecessor footprint, handprint, fingerprint, everything that your predecessor, you have not constructed a single thing yet. But you boast of having this, having that, or you have not done anything. What a shame. What a disgrace. You create a distraction for yourself. You're creating hostile atmosphere. And you don't know that time is going. But when opposition says something, then you hang on it. Instead of convincing the opposition, yes. Let the opposition sit down and say, the government is doing extremely well. Yeah, we underestimated Unity Party, but I think they're doing well. We're seeing progress. You don't have to rush. According to God, let somebody else praise you. You don't have to praise yourself. And the reason God said that, because you will not be honest with yourself. Because you were covered up, you will not bring everything out. But a person who knows everything will say everything. Your turn now. And you say the man was using the country money. You go out of the country. He stayed there for 48 days. What are... Yeah, if you say president can go on for a long time. Yeah, and listen, don't overlook that though. That evident they within the inner circle of the government. I say inner circle in terms of intelligence. Everything AB told you all along the way, from the beginning, from the very first day, the speaker son are going to start highway, go in the middle, highway, and everything came to pass. So you don't overlook that day is there like that. Because listen, look at Mr. President. Look at Mr. President moving. You can see fatigue in Mr. President. Then they put in Mr. President in plane traveling long distance. On top of it, no accountability. Y'all go to that UN Security Council again. Y'all go saying, well, I know you're finished contacting, how they call the woman? Mariama? No. The gospel musician, man. The woman that sang Liberia Shall Rise Again. What's her name? Maron Cassell. Y'all go call Maron Cassell again. And you went there the first time, y'all go sign your sign. Is it Liberia will rise again? Y'all go in the people place. Look at. Wow, it was a shame. It was a disgrace. It was too petty. You lobbying for something. Instead of being very diplomatic, you organize UP Mass Choir. Liberia will rise again. You sing it in your place. You go in the poor place to go sing Liberia will rise again. You go there again. You carry Maron Cassell to go sing Liberia will rise again. Politics, you go. Yeah, man. So it's not easy. I think Jala Babu is considering there are too many things on his mind. That war crimes code that is the end of it. Prince Johnson died. Nothing is there again. Nobody. That is the end of that war crimes code. It was only intended. The West wanted to see. That's why they came. They did everything here. They called Mr. President. Whatever the discussion they had with Mr. President, in no time, he signed with 5 different pens. 5 different pens. Mr. President, he will take the one, he signed. Then he pull it down, he take the other one, he signed. With the understanding that, yeah, they bring Josie Mayer now, coming put him on trial. There is this situation unfolding here. So people just show up over people's body. They show up. When I say show up, I mean to act like they're so caring, they're so sympathizing, and they're concerned. See how these guys, how they turn the late senator funeral, how they were all over the place. Today we're hearing that the woman is not satisfied. Things not just working for her. She can sustain the university, and there are a couple of things. So what now? Where is the VP that claimed that he's the godfather? That Prince Johnson made him his replacement. You're the woman over there. Then I all bring it all. It all over. The woman herself came up complaining, crying. Things not the way she thought it was going to go smooth after the burial. It's not like that. They're not turning to her. Because if the late senator, who was the godfather of Nimba County, according to the current VP, the late senator turned over the mantle to him. Right there, as we see in cultures around the world, he assumes full responsibility. Even though the woman is big, but it means guidance. What the woman needs to have, will make sure she has it, get her life intact, and so that she will not be worrying over her husband. And they will sit down and look at those investments. How? You just play that guidance role. The university, nothing. I don't think that university they will ever take care of it. I see that university gradually getting into dilapidated state. For the church, that God business, that God house. So anybody can volunteer. Anybody can assume responsibility. Just as Joshua assumed responsibility from Moses, Elisha assumed responsibility from Elijah, Timothy assumed responsibility from Paul. Somebody can rise up. That is the reason when you in a place, you are understudy. You are understudy. All of us here, for me, I am understudy to AB. So it can be a time where AB will say, okay, do this. Or he wouldn't be around. Every one of us, everybody, Israel or St. Andrews, or everybody, we're understudy. And understudy is a good thing. And God made it clear. God said it. That's why he said, he gave a single criteria for A. He said, humble yourself. And then what's going to happen? He said, you get to know every other thing. So when the responsibility falls on your lap, or when the leader is not around, he or she don't have to worry, because somebody will step in that gap. But when you are understudied and you're not showing the curiosity, there were when the person I ran out, it can affect the institution. So that what happening to the church? Most people, when the institution, they're just excited. They're just looking up. Oh, the president, oh, the leader, oh, yeah. So when the leader not around now, then a problem. Who managed the church? It reminds me of a funeral we went to. Let me talk this one, then I can turn to you people. We went at a funeral. A friend of ours passed. Our friend, he was a pastor. So we left our community. Since he was around there, we thought to sympathize and empathize with the bereaved family. When at the funeral in Mambakli, I think it was either my second or third time going there, if not the first, in Mambakli. So when they got through with all of the stuff that go with funeral, then they came to the tribute. And the woman, it was time for the family. And so the woman stepped up to the plate. And she started to cry and cry and cry. They tried holding her. She came through a little. And then she started to say this. She said, my husband, you see my husband gone now, my husband lying down here. What I would do now? Who will help me? When my husband used to be telling me, do this, do that. I would say, oh, that not me God call, that you God call. Yeah, now. How I would do it now? How I would take care of this place? Everybody. It's just said within myself. That's why you don't overlook yourself as understudy. The boss sees you as understudy, but the boss will not force you to know what you ought to know. The boss will create the atmosphere. The boss will create opportunity. But it is for you to take advantage. The boss will not tell you that I want you to be this person or I train you to be this person. But the boss will create the opportunity, meaning that you are in processing you. But if you can show that curiosity, that zest, the boss will not force you. Today or tomorrow, when it's not around, you can. So I want to believe that she wasn't probably given the chance, or she did not avail herself to know a couple of things. Or maybe the late senator just didn't explain some things to her. So she's in a disadvantaged position. She can do this, she can do that. Managerially, I don't think she has the skill. Because if she has, she will assume the responsibility of that university constructed by the late Senator Prince Johnson. Because it is one of the essences of the wife or the husband or the son or daughter. When I'm saying son, daughter, I mean full grown. Watch the West. When there is a problem, if the man dies or the woman dies, either one who is alive will assume responsibility, or the son will assume responsibility, or the daughter will assume responsibility, because they allow them to serve as understudy, but they will not force them. They will develop the curiosity to know this, to know that. And when they see the curiosity, then what happened? They start to expose them. So when the time comes, they assume responsibility. That's how the guys in some regional countries and the West do. So there is not a problem. That institution remains. The institution grows. I don't think she was taught or that she showed any anxiety or curiosity to know anything managerial, so that if something happens, like how the senator gone, then she will assume responsibility like other women have done or they are doing. There are women in this country in different spheres, politicians, doctor, pastor, journalist, whatever, military personnel, they're off. But what happened? The woman assume responsibility, or the man assume responsibility, or the son or the daughter assume responsibility, because they were available with the curiosity to learn to get that managerial knowledge, because that's what it is. You don't just sit down. You wives, husbands, sons, daughters, wherever you find yourself, whatever the situation, don't just sit supinely. Don't just feel comfortable, feel relaxed. Develop curiosity, put on the curiosity to know this, to know that. Try to take on some managerial skill in the house, at the office, at the business center, wherever. Just be curious, avail yourself. Everybody who is ahead of you, they want you to grow. But if they cannot see the curiosity in you, they will not force you. People say, oh, the person want me to do this. The person want me to be that. That is a lie. Everybody came through somebody, and they passed that on. But the situation will not be the same, but the content remains so that you grow. Don't be complacent. You just relax. So when something happens, then say, oh, but the man, daughter, yeah. The daughter will take care. Then the daughter will say, but I don't know anything. They say, but the man gone, the wife here. The wife say, but what I know about that thing? When my husband was living, he not show me anything. He not teach me anything. So I know we just look for somebody to be managing. And that's how some people lost their inheritance to other people. That's how they were robbed by other people. So we'll bring the person in. Hey, my man, I want you to manage this thing. I want you to do that, take care of the institution. I say, oh, okay. So anyone says she belly. That's how some people got robbed. That's how some people they end up people took their business from them, took an institution from them. Let me leave this one with you, then we go to the line. People say when you have institution, center A around family and all the kind of stuff. Listen, that thing is a lie. Don't believe that thing, a jumbo gibberish. If you have an institution, you train the lady in everything managerial. You train the man. If the woman is advanced than the man, train the man. Train the daughter. Train the son. Because, listen, no one is more loyal to you than your blood. Even though they have some funny blood relation. But no one. Say a husband and a wife together running an institution, they have other people that are working. The people who have no link whatsoever, no family ties, no blood relation, they're not very loyal as compared to the wife or the son or the daughter. The guys in the West, they prioritize that, and that is not wrong at all. Some people will even use the Bible and say, oh, even if you went in the Bible, you see it there, it plenty. You see it, the family connection. So the situation now with the late Prince Johnson's wife is another traumatic situation for her. She's going through it. But her guardians, I don't know how. Whether her guardians really helping her. The man who said now he's the godfather of Nima County. I don't know. But that it's it. So 5 months, the people have not taken pay. 5 months. The War Crimes Code office, 5 months, they have not taken pay. The president, they have not given. Listen, Boaga will never give any account of his expenditure, his travel expenditure, until he leaves power. He will not. So that is the reason why they are ashamed to really bring out things or condemn or criticize the Weah's government. Because everything they condemn, everything they claim was wrong, they're doing it. So let's assume that the country didn't know his travel expenditure. That is public information. You ought to know it's part of good governance and transparency. So you came now and say we have to rescue this. Meaning, as this one we saw, it will not happen in our regime. This man will ride private jet or travel in private jet. We will not use private jet. If for whatever the occasion we use private jet, we give account of it. We explain. We give the financial breakdown about rescue aids. You are fair, honest, and open with the people because you want them to see you as being different and believe your message that you preach to come in. Unfortunately, the government hand, Unity Party, their hands in the same cookies jar. They're still in the same way. No accountability. Everybody doing their own thing. At least we are time. I don't think ministers were just traveling without his notification. If it ever happened, well, you should help me. It doesn't say that the Weah government was a saint government, but it becomes shameful that the president would say, our president, Joseph Yema Boakai, would say that his officials were not respecting him. They would travel without telling him. When they are in the air, then they send verbal message by or they send text message. Weah's time ain't happening. Ellen's time ain't happening. We never saw that Ellen's time, but we never saw that Weah's time. Our president, Joseph Yema Boakai, will tell us how greedy his officials are, his ministers, in the cabinet meeting. But yesterday, they were saying, we are government, we are officials, were greedy. They were doing this. They were eating lobster. They were washing cars with beer. They were traveling here and there. Today, our president, Joseph Yema Boakai, will tell us his officials are greedy. They want all for themselves. Our president will tell us that when they go to a conference, when the conference is over, instead of coming back or allowing their deputy to go on the other side so the deputy will be exposed to, the minister prefer to go to the conference. If there are 4 or 5 conferences, he alone should go there. It is our president who told us, they weren't talking here. Let me say it the Liberian way. They weren't talking. We see it in Weah Town. The Boakai confession are talking so. That rescue people like, but who clever? Our president told us that when his ministers going, instead of leaving the deputy in charge, giving the deputy responsibility, they will shut the office down, go, nothing happen. When they come back before. Our president said the people went to him. I think how they call the the cabinet, the head of the cabinet, a doyen, or the dean, said the one reported to him, said, Mr. President, I didn't happen with your minister. So that our minister, now our minister, our president, who said, he told us that the donors, some of the partners, they went to him and say the people are misallocating funds, meaning money they send in Liberia for projects, and that they can rightfully account for those projects. I thought we were never going to see these things. But you see how rescue has stooped so low? Today, rescue is giving excuses. Will you ever thought, who ever thought that rescue will give excuses? Oh, no. No. Let's be honest. They were campaigning. How did even about that thought that rescue was going to give excuses? Because the way they portray it as saints, they were coming in with everything perfect. Today, they're giving excuses. They justify. They complain of insecurity, human rights violations, trampling on free speech, and all of those in the former government. Today, there is threat to critical opposition voices. No political dissent, meaning you can express your opinion. You can give a dissenting opinion. You can disagree. If you did, you'll be threatened with treason. And when the state threaten you, meaning the only option you have, like Snow situation now, the only option you have is to remain silent. And it is against that, and I told you that Snow will not be critical again. The feeling with Snow. Who thought that the rescue will have engaged into threat, into coercing the opposition, into suppressing dissenting voice? Because the way they portray themselves. Today, rescue doing everything they condemned yesterday. You listen. The information is out. Their own people talking. They're hiding it. But they listen, lie can hide. Martin Luther King said, truth crushed to earth will rise again. No lie lives forever. Whichever way you try putting a smoke around it so that people can see it clearly, they will still have an understanding. So, Mr. President, that's what I've been hearing over the time. I've been reading that Mr. President is building this, is building that. The speaker, we call him speaker now because he's speaker that's what he wanted. The speaker, before he even left from being speaker, he left the speakership to become speaker. Before the man left from speaker to become speaker, the man extended his house. The rescue means you take over. You will not be extravagant. You will not live opulent life. You will be as simple. And the priority or the people will be your priority. But the government is extravagant. The government is an opulent one. They're fighting for cars, fighting to ride 78,000 United States dollars car, 90,000 United States dollars car. Yesterday, they were lambasting George Weah people for riding for the 5,000 car. They are 35,000. They were just all over the place. Here we are. Amen. Pitiful rescue. Shameful rescue. Too sorry for. Shame. Shame. Today, they say Weah was wearing 1,500 United States dollars watch. They will put Weah shoe on Facebook. They will put the watch. Look at our president. Is see how our president can look cute? But prior to our president coming to the presidency, what happened? You could see poverty walking throughout all over Mr. President. Everybody used to see Mr. President. It came a time Mr. President in opposition didn't want to move out. He was embarrassed. He was ashamed because of his condition. Come on. And that is why he was so critical and agreeing with everything his guys around him were saying about Weah, and they encouraged him to say even more. So today, check the shoes Mr. President wearing. Check his suit. He ever wore purple suit? Mr. President, yeah, wear purple suit now, but purple suit over. Because you know why? The man who introduced it, the man not using it again. You see the difference between Weah, our president. You see, our president is not a celebrity. It's not an icon. Weah is a celebrity. Weah is an icon. Weah is iconic. Anything Weah does, it catches everybody's attention and people start to adapt it, to use it. But our president is antisocial. Weah is social. There's nothing, our president does not have anything attraction. There's nothing he can do that will attract people and then they mimic him. Mimic means you do it after the person. Let me give you a real understanding so you understand. Lamine Yamal, who plays for Barcelona, you see, he came up with a dance. He had his radio in his hand. He is an iconic character. He's on the world stage. Everybody watches him play. So he developed a dance. In less than no time, that dance took over the whole world. You know why? Because of his personality. Our president does not have it. We have it. Anything we does, people mimic him. That's what they call mimicking. Meaning to do it as the person. To put yourself in the position as if you are that person. Our president, he does not have that personality. Prezo! Prezo, Uncle Joe. JFB. Let's take a few calls, man. Let's take a few calls and then we are out for today. Brazil, let's go. Just few lines. Few. 0772 23 99 30 0886 30 44 97 0777 0375. The law say, as talk show host, you should have sufficient materials. 2, you must be an authority. That means you should have a full understanding of your pointers. You should have total control. The reason why the broadcast law say that, because the people who wrote the law, just as the people who wrote the Constitution, there will be disappointment, there will be 11th hour letdown, and all those things. So the people say, be grounded, follow the issue, research well, develop your topic, research the topics, make sure that all of your facts are intact. Just in case your guest refuses or does not show up, you can move with the time to. But if you didn't research well, you can get the information and you rely on the guest. That's why the law said, do not rely on the guest. The guest is not surety. If the guest comes in, fine, but do not rely on the guest. The guest can even come in studio, and we have seen that many times. Oh Lord, the people who wrote the media law, they're so far-sighted. The guest can come in studio, you can get ready, and the person just look at the phone and say, "Oh, chief, sorry." They can tell you off here. Says, "Sorry, I just received a call. So I had to honor. Please, let's do another time." So if your materials, if you're not grounded, if you don't have sufficient information to go, guess what? You will be there. You get off balance. So the Lord said, don't rely on guests. If the guest comes in, fine. Everything has range. Don't rely, because they can let you down at any time. The reason for that, we're in the world of imperfection. So let's go. Let's just take a few calls and then we are out. Yeah, JMB. Let's go. Who's there?
This is David King, Mr.
Let's hear you, Mr. King.
Do join you for my resident this evening.
My man, how Lone Star network on your side there? For me, I'm finding it difficult, man.
For me, I'm not using Lone Star network. I'm using Orange.
Yeah.
Orange, when we access the internet is very difficult.
You just bad off, man.
Difficult on Orange.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. You see, what the government trying to do to critical voices now in this country.
No, my man, I finished what I want. The last 2 pointers, the Office of the War Crimes Code, 5 months now, they ain't pay.
Yeah.
Which is said about Jala Babu and the late Senator Prince Johnson's wife, the Dalima she in right now.
Yeah. You see, that story, I said to one of my friends, I said, you know, if Prince Johnson could not get anything from the government, if Prince Johnson business was going to have to change the number, you saw that with President Weah doing the Unification Day, where he tried calling President Weah with that unknown number, and the president did not recognize that it was him. He had to text before he recognized it. It all happened because of Prince Johnson. So Prince Johnson's wife can cry from now to Judgment Day. She will not still get her attention. In a month, your husband did not get her attention, or Sarah will not get her attention. For the issue of the War Crime Code, the War Crime Code people, I think they got some money. The money they got, the 500,000 and the 300 and some more thousand our level there. Are they telling all that they already absorbing that money? They don't need to be crying. So Babu, they need to give those guys who working with them money. They need to give that money. They need to pay them. That don't sit and be crying, oh, no money, no money. They got money already to run the office. So they need to pay the people. They just want to have wicked because the whole government is about wickedness. That's all. For me, I see. Thank you, man.
Thank you, King. Have a nice midweek. Hello.
Yeah, Sam, thank you. So,
Uzi?
Yeah, this is Hussein.
You come back?
you got me laughing. You see?
Let's hear you.
On a more serious note, you know, I just admire President Braga coming from a youthful age, committed to a relationship, stay in marriage and born all your children, now flagic. You know,
but what brought I want on now, my man?
Right? He just a God-given person. This is what I love him so much. Moving forward with the War and Economic Crimes Code, then in a very short period of time since the code were established by the office were established by the president, we have seen a lot of support coming in from even ECOWAS. The last time I checked, ECOWAS will provide some technical support, you know, and human capacity building for those who are working on the war crime codes. And even the war are committed, right? The World Bank and other partners are committed to supporting the code being established in Liberia. So there will be some minor challenges, that I noticed, and the government noticed.
So that the reason the people not pay for 5 months, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You know, man, since the government took over, this is one of the achievement of the government. The government has now owed anybody in
my man, we're talking about the war crimes code people. Jala Babu office.
People lie on the government. People taking pay.
All right. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hello. Let's go.
Hello.
Yeah.
You know, saying that they government will me sell more. Then you say government now will nobody sell more to
you working in government? Wait now. Wait now. Wait.
People don't go around there. People the old president. Then you sit on there.
Okay.
They honor mine and say you want today in cry. That's small one there.
But I want to know now. Wait now, madam. Wait, I want to know. You working in government? Wait now, wait. I know you're interested in blasting the government. I know. So I'm asking you now. You said something. I want to know. You working in the government? Oh man. Let's go, yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Andrew, this is Hello Council.
Let's hear you, Hello Council.
Yeah, it's a boy, a puppy. I can feel sorry for him. Because he never saw all around the world. When you see him, when you dress up, that is mean you won't compare yourself with? That is mean you won't compare yourself with? Georgie as a whole. It's simple. Papa must do something better, man. But not to compare himself with Georgie.
Okay. All right, Hello Council.
Yeah. Okay.
Hello.
Hello, Andrew.
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. As long as there is life and God is hovering us, we are good.
I'm Mary calling from Mount Barkley.
Yeah, let's hear you, Mary.
Yeah. What's he nothing he knows to the back of Bush. He not even related to the back. He couldn't do it
Yeah, just call now. Yeah, but just say what he said. Forget about that man. Forget about that man. The man say your own. Say your own.
So he throwing out corner. But he married married and he born about one woman. You know you have a chance that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
hello.
You know nothing. He's not related to the back.
Okay, thank you. Hello. Let's go this way. Hello.
What's going on?
Yeah.
This is Zeke Leo Pico calling from Russia.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I really can't understand the public comment again.
What happened?
It can come a time people can't take pay now. Before there was an issue.
But the people say they're not owing anybody. They say everybody every morning can take pay. The same thing Gavwan say. The 15 they can receive pay. The 30 or 31st they receive pay. They're not owing anybody.
What people now say in our government, I should tell one. When I cut the electricity, they told the truth.
But you know,
you don't want the 2 machines on here 24 hours. They say they pay money to see the G line, and that's all last the line here. Cause right here to push you will see the G, then the HOA on with the 15 megawatt on all day and night. That 12 o'clock they will shut it down and do the 15 megawatt on, but they say that ticket coming from Africa. They see the truth now, huh? So that kind of the work go man. So I want to ask you, like iron the knocking over there, say the iron incident TP. So all the human beings that what they get able to get because they go out protesting. So why they get to the pool to protest against the pool, say that particular say that will not TP. Do they put a afraid to say something because the government go out firing people? And then my protest nana just make sure you go and take water or color. So ever afraid, but we're not taking pay. But it's good for us.
But how you know that the people not taking pay now?
But we can't talk all. They say make it talk all. But for another 2029, they will talk all.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Chief. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Hey, Lord. What kind of country yes, so? Hey, man. My man, they line here 0777 1 year 0777. That women's line. Don't call on it. Anytime you hear 0777. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
If you let me know my video. I am Charles Ambrose calling from the Ghana video. When they talk about pay, and anything I've not been taking pay.
You working in government?
What? I'm a pensioner.
The pension you.
Money.
Oh,
the
what day you are working?
I was told in February pay. I told February pay in May, in this May. It means that it's current. I told February 2025 pay in May 2025. Is that it means that it's current? They were preparing for January in July. Then it means that since we are in July, a current. And now they don't know what they are talking about. They don't know what they are talking about. Salary is delinquent in all aspects. So even the people that are on regular payroll, my son is working hard in ministry. I don't want to call it name. But right now, he are not taking pay for 2 months now. He lay in my house. So they should start lying. 2020 now with decent out. What are they calling? They're not calling, we know. Thank you.
Thank you too for calling. Have a nice Wednesday. Hello. Yes, I'm doing good.
I surprised you because they say the Walker code, the person that went there was very sophisticated. The Walker code was going to open.
No, but the man, hold on. The man that is there is sophisticated. I mean, he's a doctor of law. Councillor Jalababu.
But you know, the United Party can push the issue because they put themselves in the category that this government, CDC government, were now competent. They were competent. So when it comes, everything, okay, Mr. Joker used to be on the radio explaining. He know how to explain. They say, the finance minister know how to explain what Mr. Joker can explain. I surprised your sister radio. Okay, every day reporting that the supplementary payroll, they were beating on Mr. Weah for President Weah for. Now the CSA asked them for the amount of people they put. They can't even see them because Ali Just Weah, when we saw the poll, they were sending them down. They said they were not paying them because I Just Weah employed them. But now they are own. They can't even see them. CSA is saying you don't even see them. They went to them. It's millions of dollars is going there free. So why is the sophistication? Nobody should cry here. And people, we are telling our people, let them compare. They said president can buy house. No president can live in their friend house. In Barcelona, we have buy house here. The people went against him. Tabaka trying to buy house. He's trying to strategize Liberia again. That they want to strategize there. They go 2023. But our people, we are telling you, go make a farm and over to sponsor yourself.
Okay,
Chief. I bet the partisan to come to me, and tell me, say, you know what, you will do this, will do. Because I will give you the fight. I'm listening. You know that there's no education. You are educating or every day bringing the fight. All the radio station, the TV station, our people, your local the fight now. The man is building a house, and we say, yes, in Barcelona, you are building a house. In Barcelona, I told you that this thing is great for my friends. You say no. Now the man is building a house. Which president party another president have lived? Yeah, basically there. House there, they say former president building.
Okay, Chief, thank you. Thank you. No time, no. Thank you so much. No time again. Thank you. Thank you all. That's how we go home. We've come to the end of the show. We hit our limit, 5:30. The news is on at 6 in under 30 minutes from now. We're back tomorrow, if God permits. The CDC hour is on from 6:50 to 7 with Isiaka Sharif, and then at 8 o'clock, Face the Issues with Teacher Light. You don't want to miss it. This is how we go home. And yes, we go home this way. Thank you ever so much. If God permits, we're back tomorrow. I'm Sam Andrews.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African